What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about a day that happened roughly halfway through my recovery period, which lasted, in my guesstimation, 10 months to a year. So we're talking about like 4 months into my actual recovery. Mind you, I suffered total for 5 years, including that recovery year. But I want to talk about a particular day that changed my life, completely switched the momentum on my side during my recovery to finally make that final push to put the nail in the coffin on my health anxiety. We're going to talk about that day, what happened, and hopefully you can use this to inspire you to continue pushing in your recovery. I know it's hard, it's tough, but if I did it, I know you can too. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do to recover from panic disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and health anxiety. But it is possible if you put in the work, if you have a strategy, if you're patient, if you're consistent, and you really work on facing all of your triggers and fears. Anything can happen, so don't lose faith, all right? But you know what time it is. Smash the like button down below if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt. Leave me a comment. Let me know what this video meant to you. If you just want to say, hey, what's up, or share your story or ask questions, that's what the comment section is for. Be a part of this family and community. If you are new, subscribe and hit the bell so you get updates whenever I put these videos out. I have over 1,000 videos now helping people with their anxiety. On this particular day, I kind of want to set the mood, right? At this point during my recovery, my acceptance level was getting pretty high. What I was dealing with at this point was some lingering health anxiety and a set of lingering symptoms that were really frustrating me. You know, we get to that point in recovery where we're doing a lot of the right things, we're really working on acceptance, but we have one or two symptoms that just stick around. And it's just, that's why, and this is why we're still so vulnerable in recovery. Sure, you're having a lot more good days than bad days. Maybe your panic has gone down. A lot of the symptoms have diminished. But you got these lingering things that are still there, and they're bugging you and they're frustrating you. And unfortunately, since they frustrate you and bug you, they stick around even longer. That's why I tell people sometimes that last 10 to 20% is the freaking hardest. It's no joke. You have to really hang in there and be prepared to deal with those lingering symptoms for months. And I think we expect those things to just go away a few weeks after we start changing our life. For a few lucky individuals, maybe that happens. I've heard of people getting rid of this within a few weeks, but me, it took a long time. I suffered for a long time before this really badly. So if I was, really deep into my health anxiety, 3 to 5 panic attacks every single day, hundreds of symptoms, and I dealt with that for 4 years, it's no surprise that it took me 10 months to a year to finally fully recover, right? 100%. So my acceptance was pretty good. I probably 85, 90% believed that this was anxiety, but I still had that 10% of doubt that stuck around, and sometimes that's all it takes, that little bit of doubt to keep anxiety from fully healing. And about a year and a half at the end, including that year of recovery, my main fear was having a misdiagnosis of lymphoma. My symptoms met all the criteria for that. I made the mistake in Google, don't do that. But all my symptoms lined up, and I was dealing with a few lingering ones. I never could get a CAT scan from the EMTs that I would see. They didn't think it was worth it. They didn't think there was anything wrong. And I think that's what bothered me at the very end, right? I know a lot of you have been denied testing, and then that keeps that doubt there, and you're put in a really weird place where you have to, you just gotta trust and hope that things are okay. But again, I had that like 10% of doubt, and I think that that's what drug this out longer than it had to be. I was afraid to go all in on acceptance, 110%, and to just start basically living my life and ignoring the symptoms. I was doing better than I was before, but I still had some growth to do. So that's where I was. I wasn't really having panic attacks anymore. I left that behind with my cardiophobia. It was just a few lingering symptoms and some negative thinking, and it was something that still I kind of dealt with on and off every day. So on this particular day, it was a bad day, right? Don't get me wrong, recovery is great, but you're still gonna have some lows and some plateaus, all right? People think that recovery is all rainbows and sunshine, it gets better every single day. No, it's gradual improvement. So we're talking about this. This is what your graph would look like. A lot of you think it does this, right? No, this is what it looks like right here. I'm trying to get the angle right on the camera. It's like we're doing better, we're in a recovery, maybe a little plateau, go up, maybe we dip down a little bit, and then we even out, and then we go up and go. Gradually, we are going up. It doesn't mean it's like bam. And I think a lot of you make the mistake of thinking that's what recovery looks like, and it's not. A bad day can turn into a bad week. We can get complacent and plateau before making any additional changes. That's what recovery looks like. And my recovery was about 10 months to a year if I had to put a number on it, all right? So this day was not a great day. I felt pretty hopeless. I was just in my head about these symptoms. My acceptance level was not great this day. I was just really, really down. So it was a rough day. Me and my wife, we ended up going out of town to a city that's about an hour from here to do some shopping. And we were in this particular store. And we got the things that we needed and we got in line. Now, I'm not one to stare at people or anything like that, but you know how it is. If you're in line and somebody comes up behind you, you kind of use your peripherals or just to see what's going on. And I did that. And it was a woman had pushed up this young lady, if I had to guess her age, I don't know, anywhere from like 18 to like 22. She was in a wheelchair and pushed her up behind me. And, I just looked briefly, and it looked like she had obviously something wrong with her neurologically. She couldn't use her legs. And it seemed like she could barely use her arms. It seemed like this is something that probably she had been dealing with for most of her life, if not all of her life. So, I was just glancing back, not staring at anything, and she made eye contact with me pretty quickly, and she made every effort she could to kind of wave, and she put a smile on her face. And, I smiled, and I was like this, and I turned around, and my eyes filled up with tears immediately after that. I don't like to cry in front of people or anything like that. I don't even think that day my wife knew that I'd cried. I was pretty good at kind of hiding it and wiping the tears away. But here I am, in recovery, doing a lot better. I'd been told by all these doctors over and over and over again that I was healthy. It was almost like I was wanting something to be wrong with me, which wasn't the case. I was just trying to protect myself. But I'd been asked by doctors before, do you want to have cancer? Like, what's your deal, dude? But I had been through all this stuff, with all the testing and all the disease scares, only to be told that I'm healthy every time, and to still be alive after dealing with this for 5 years. All the heart attacks I thought I was having that I survived, me thinking that I had brain cancer and throat cancer, colon cancer, and now I was stuck on this lymphoma thing, being told there is nothing wrong. There's no reason you need to get a CAT scan. We're trying to keep you from exposing yourself, right? Putting yourself at risk with the CAT scan. Just go home, be happy. And it was hard for me to really feel thankful. It just was. And some of you know where I'm heading with this. I really understood the power of gratitude in this moment. She was struggling. I don't know if she's alive today. This was years ago. I'm sure she's not going to live as long as most of us are. And she was trying to make me feel special and make me feel happy on a day that I was down, even though I was healthier than her. And I'm sitting there tearing up, and I'm just thinking, my God, I can walk. My God, it's not as hard for me to wave at somebody, and she made an effort to do that with all of her mind. I can use my arms, I can use my legs. I woke up today, I'm breathing, I'm getting better, right? I think some of our recovery drags on, the recovery process, and I'm trying not to tear up here because this day changed my life. I'm getting better, I'm recovering, I'm doing things better, my life is changing. I can finally see some light at the end of the tunnel. This was just a bad day, and I should be thankful for that. But sometimes our recovery can drag on because we forget about how far we've come, and we forget all the horrible suffering that we used to have, and we're nitpicking at this point. And I think the nitpickiness of like, why won't this last symptom go away, just keeps it around longer. I know a lot of you know what I mean. But this day, it changed my life. I was like, oh my God, I'm sitting here getting told all the time that I'm healthy, and I bet she would do anything to be told that she was healthy and that she was going to live a normal life. She would do anything to be able to walk like I'm walking. She would do anything to be able to use her arms, right? She'd do anything to get up out of that wheelchair. Yet she's still able to put a smile on her face and to try to make me feel special. And that really opened my mind to gratitude. And it really changed my life, not just for my anxiety recovery, but for my life after that. Occasionally when I'm down in the dumps, I just think about it. I'm like, I can walk. I can see. I can hear. I can taste. I can move my hands. I can move my arms. You know, I woke up with air in my lungs. And if you can harness the power of gratitude, guys, there's nothing that's going to keep you from recovering. I think gratitude is probably the most underrated tool for anxiety recovery. Think about that. My 2 cents, I think there are people that can recover from anxiety on gratitude alone. It's that powerful. It gives you instant positivity. Now, am I saying it's easy to be thankful? Like, I know a lot of, like, it's an eye roller for a lot of it. Yeah, be thankful. And I'm not trying to sit here and say that you're going to be able to master this just like this. I'm just saying that this moment kind of opened my eyes a little bit to it and kind of opened my heart to gratitude, opened my mind to it, made it a little bit easier. You're going to have to practice being thankful. It's not going to be natural to you because you're not right now. You're not perfect at it. And I wasn't perfect at this point. It was something I had to work on. But now I was more willing to work on it. Gratitude is something you can always use when you feel down, when you feel upset, when you think something bad is happening in your life. And I don't tell you this story to make you feel guilty or to attempt to make you feel guilty for what that girl was going through. Did I feel a little bit of guilt in that moment? Yeah, but more gratitude and happiness. And there was, I don't know, it's really weird. I felt like, you know, if she can do this and she can still be happy and try to make other people happy when she's clearly physically not doing good at all, I don't even know if she's still here, then I can, you know, I could if that were to happen to me. If I were to have something wrong with me, I could have that same energy. It might not be as bad. So it made me almost not fear even disease as much. So it's kind of like the total package. The gratitude, you know, I felt really positive instantly. I got rid of some liquid stress with my tears. And it really changed everything for me. It really changed everything for me. I started being extremely thankful every time I woke up in the morning and had breath in my lungs and, you know, could move my legs and move my feet and move my hands. And the thing about it is, it's like, it's hard to feel anxious if you feel so damn lucky. It's hard to feel anxious if you feel so incredibly freaking lucky. And guys, it's not just about your health. It can be just being a part of this world, being in this universe, you know. I know it's kind of out there, but sometimes I'll be like, at least I wasn't like a rock or a tree, right? At least I'm not a cow, you know, getting slaughtered to be on somebody's plate. At least I'm not an ant or a snake getting its head stomped into the ground. Like, I'm a human being who can make decisions, you know, and do things and make good choices and grow and communicate, walk, move. I have all these things to be thankful for, and I take a lot of them for granted. So gratitude is the real key to this video. Start practicing on it if you haven't. I mean, there's gratitude affirmations. I encourage you to write your own gratitude affirmations, honestly. That's what I tell all my coaching clients. For homework, like, you need to write quite a few gratitude affirmations and start going through them every single day. But gratitude is powerful if you can harness it. So I hope this video brought you some value. I know it was all over the place, but I don't really care. I just kind of wanted to share what was on my heart today. Guys, if you want extra help with your anxiety recovery, like I said, I'm fully recovered 100%. I'd love to be able to help you out and to give you a strategy that I think would personally suit you. So if coaching one-on-one is something that you're interested in, you can always email me. I'll put that down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. Also, my step-by-step blueprint anxiety recovery course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp, I'm going to put that down below as well. That's going to give you everything that you need to know about recovery, everything that I did to get there. So both of those things together, powerful. So try those things out, treat yourself to that. But I love you all. Please leave a like down below, and if you've watched this far, I want you in all caps to just simply put, I will be thankful. I will be thankful. All right? But I believe in all of you. Keep fighting, and I should have another video out tomorrow. All right? So I love you all. Talk to you soon.